Hello, quiz heads. Welcome to episode number 166 of Takeaway Trivia. I'm Leon, your quizmaster from Hereford UK, and this is another 4 rounds of pub quiz style trivia straight into your ears. Don't forget, it's up to you how you play. I just provide the questions, you provide the rules. I'm really lucky where I live. It's a beautiful sunny day here in the UK. So I'm going to get this recorded and head out with the boys to some beautiful meadowland that's about 5 minutes walk from here, and going to go and get some fresh air and soak up a bit of sun. As usual, before the questions, a quick shout out to those of you that have got in touch. Chris Stacey in Hereford, beautiful Hereford, says hello, still listening after all these years. And no, I am baffled as to why this podcast is so popular in Australia too. But I love it all the same. Good stuff. And talking of Australia, hello to Erin and Ross Campbell from Australia. Erin's been in touch to say me and my husband Ross listen to your podcast on daily commutes together. However, now I'm off on maternity after our second child was born in December last year. We now save your podcast for our dates where we get takeaway coffee and drive around town so the kids will finally go to sleep. Can you please give a shout out to the best dad and trivia partner around, Ross, as he is celebrating his 40th birthday on the 25th of May. He's a whiz at the entertainment rounds, and I'm sure he would love some questions on Star Wars, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, or How I Met Your Mother in future quizzes. I'll see what I can do. Ross, have an amazing birthday and hope the kids finally get to sleep this week. Erin, thank you for messaging. Eleonora is in Berlin and says, hey Andy. What? This has happened before, isn't it? Who's Andy? Mark? There's me and there's Mark. Don't know who Andy is, but never mind. Just wanted to say how much my boyfriend Enrico and I love your podcast. We're big fans, Italian, living in Berlin, and enjoy playing your quiz during our lunchtime. We're quite competitive and it adds a lot of fun to our day. Enrico's birthday is on May the 25th. Enrico, have you met Ross? It's his birthday too. And it would be amazing if you could give him a shout out on one of your episodes. Well, you called me Andy, so no. Neil says hello. I'm only joking. Enrico, happy birthday. Have a fantastic day. It's good to hear from you. And Eleonora, thank you for emailing. And finally this week, Neil Greenow, I think it's Greenow, apologies if I pronounced that wrong, says, hope you're well and I hope I'm not too late for episode 166. You just got in the nick of time. Is it possible to give a shout out to my wife Anna and my daughters Amy and Sarah, please? We'll be listening to this driving down to Warner Brothers Studios for the Harry Potter tour before then heading over to Southampton to embark on a cruise over the half term. We love quizzes, keep them coming. I'm not jealous in one bit, not jealous at all. I really want to do the Harry Potter tour. I haven't had a chance yet. I used to love the Doctor Who experience in Cardiff, all the behind the scenes stuff on Doctor Who. Used to go there like once every 6 months. So yeah, really keen to get to the Harry Potter experience. And then you go on a cruise as well. Wow. Neil, Amy, Sarah and Anna, have an amazing time and hope this edition of the quiz finds you well and ready for an awesome half-term break. Without further ado, let's get underway. Final Fling is on the way. I've got a round of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's an entertainment round, but let's start, as usual, with general knowledge. Good luck. Round number 1 then in this week's Takeaway Trivia. Question 1, in the original Fast and Furious, which was like 20 years ago now, who is Brian working for? Question number 1, who is Brian working for in the original The Fast and the Furious? In the days when it was, an actual street racing movie rather than a bizarre, over-the-top world crime espionage. I don't know what it is now. Just madness. That's what the Fast and Furious films are now. Madness. Number 2. How many hours behind London is Los Angeles? Number 2. How many hours behind London is Los Angeles? Number 3. Live Aid raised money for which country? Question number 3, Live Aid. Remember that massive concert in the 80s that Queen stole the show at? Which country did Live Aid raise money for? Number 4, which Beatle was the first to release a solo album? Question number 4, which Beatle was the first to release a solo album? Number 5 in gaming. What is an RPG? Question number 5 in gaming. What is an RPG? Number 6. What is the murder weapon in the film Basic Instinct? Question 6. What is the murder weapon in the film Basic Instinct? Number 7. What is the name of the underground city in The Matrix? So question number 7 in The Matrix films, what is the name of the underground city? Number 8. What breed of dog was Lady in Disney's Lady and the Tramp? Number 6. What breed of dog was Lady in Disney's Lady and the Tramp? Question 9. The kissing disease is the common name for which illness? Number 9. The kissing disease is the common name for which illness? And number 10. What cheese, traditionally made from goats or ewe's milk, is the main ingredient of an authentic Greek salad? Question number 10. Which cheese, traditionally made from goats or ewe's milk, is a main ingredient of an authentic Greek salad? There you go, your 10 questions. We have begun this week's edition of Takeaway Trivia. Are you off to a strong start? I hope so. You'll find out in about 5 minutes. I'll have the answers for you after round 2. And on we move into round number 2 this week. 10 questions of entertainment. So it could be movies, music, television, sometimes even video games or books. If it entertains you, it's in this round of the quiz. Beginning with question number 1. In Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, what keeps the three-headed dog asleep? So number 1, in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or the Philosopher's Stone, what keeps the three-headed dog asleep? Isn't that Fluffy, Hagrid's pet dog? But what keeps them asleep? Number 2, who is the director of the Academy Award-winning movie Parasite? Question number 2, who is the director of the Academy Award-winning movie Parasite? Question number 3, Michael Cera's character in Arrested Development shares a name with which pop legend? Question number 3, Michael Cera's character in Arrested Development shares a name with which pop legend? He also stars, of course, in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, which is one of the greatest films ever made. Top stuff. Number 4, which American duo had an international hit with Mrs. Robinson? Number 4, which American duo had an international hit with Mrs. Robinson? Number 5, Disney's The Princess and the Frog is set in which American city? Number 5, Disney's The Princess and the Frog is set in which American city? Number 6, The Emancipation of Mimi was a hit album for which singer? Number 6, The Emancipation of Mimi was a hit album for which singer? Number 7, in which musical does Nurse Nellie Forbrush appear? Question 7, in which musical does Nurse Nellie Forbrush appear? Question 8, which Sex and the City star didn't return for the series reboot and Just Like That? Question number 8, which Sex and the City star did not return for the series reboot and Just Like That? I don't know whether you could hear the rumble of the rumble of jet engines then. I live right under a flight path, and that was a flight to Dublin, just so you know. Interrupting takeaway trivia, how rude. Okay, question number 9. Paul Weller left which rock group in 1982? So question number 9. Paul Weller left which rock group in 1982? And number 10, one you have to think about here. In the game show Wheel of Fortune, classic game show, how many segments are there on the wheel? So question number 10, in the game show Wheel of Fortune, how many segments are there on the wheel? There you go, your 10 questions for entertainment. Let's roll back and take a look at the answers to general knowledge. Number 1. Who is Brian working for in the original The Fast and the Furious? He was a police officer for the LA Police. So yeah, Los Angeles Police Department. Number 2. How many hours behind London is Los Angeles? 8 hours. 3. Live Aid raised money for which country? Ethiopia. Number 4. Which Beatle was the first to release a solo album? George Harrison. Number 5. In gaming, what is an RPG? It's a role-playing game. Number 6. What is the murder weapon in the film Basic Instinct? An ice pick. 7. What is the name of the underground city in the Matrix films? Zion. Number 8. What breed of dog was Lady in Disney's Lady and the Tramp? She was a Cocker Spaniel. Number 9. The kissing disease is the common name for which illness? Glandular fever. I had that in my 20s. It wiped me out for about 6 months. Nasty stuff. At number 10. What cheese traditionally made from goat's or ewe's milk is a main ingredient of an authentic Greek salad? Feta cheese. There we go. That's your 10 answers to general knowledge. Hope it has put you in a strong position to be a champion of this week's takeaway trivia. Don't worry, you've still got a few more rounds to catch up if you're not doing so well. And let's have one of them now, round number 3. In this round, question number 1 is worth 5 points. Question 2 is for 4 points. Question 3 is worth 3 points. Question 4 is worth 2 points. And question 5 is worth just 1 point. That's why I call it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And question number 1 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 this week, including last Saturday, including the 2023 competition. Which countries are the winners of the last 5 Eurovision Song Contests? So, question number 1, including the 2023 competition, which countries are the winners of the last 5 Eurovision Song Contests? Obviously, we're not including 2020 in that, there was no contest. Question number 2, name the 4 films in which Al Pacino and Robert De Niro have appeared together. Question number 2, name the 4 films in which Al Pacino and Robert De Niro have appeared together. Number 3, who are the 3 male suspects in a game of Cluedo or Clue? Question number 3, who are the 3 male suspects in a game of Clue or Cluedo? Number 4, which husband and wife duo starred together in the 2018 horror film A Quiet Place? Number 4, which husband and wife duo appeared together in the 2018 horror film A Quiet Place? Great film. That had me on edge all the way through. The use of silence just really unnerving. Question number 5, false or true? The 2017 Great Scottish Half Marathon course was 150 metres too short. Question number 5, false or true? The 2017 Great Scottish Half Marathon course was 150 metres too short. Is that true or false? There you go, that's your 5 questions for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 15 points up for grabs in that round. So take your time on it. If you want to pause the podcast to complete that, feel free. However, if you're ready, here's the answers to the entertainment round. Number 1, in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, what keeps the 3-headed dog asleep? It's music. Number 2. Who is the director of the Academy Award-winning film Parasite? It's Bong Joon-ho. Number 3. Michael Cera's character in Arrested Development shares a name with which pop legend? His character name is George Michael Bluth. So George Michael. Number 4. Which American duo had an international hit with Mrs. Robinson, a very famous song? It is, of course, Simon and Garfunkel. Number 5. Disney's The Princess and the Frog is set in which American city? New Orleans. Number 6. The Emancipation of Mimi was a hit album for which singer? Mariah Carey. Number 7. Which Sex and the City star didn't return for the reboot series and Just Like That? That's Kim Cattrall. Number 9. Paul Weller left which rock group in 1982? The Jam. And number 10. In the game show Wheel of Fortune, how many segments are there on the infamous wheel? There are 24 segments. There isn't a British version being made at the moment, which is baffling. It used to be a big hit over here. I know it's still going in the US. We are about to relaunch Jeopardy here in the UK. Classic game show. Okay, are you ready for the answers to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Here we go then. Number 1, including this year's contest, which countries are the winners of the last 5 Eurovision Song Contest? Well, this year, 2023, Sweden won. I don't know, was that the best? I don't think it was as good as everyone makes out. I really liked Israel's. I thought that was a really catchy tune. Good stuff. Number 2 was Ukraine. They won in 2022. In 2021, it was Italy. There wasn't a contest in 2020, but 2019 was the Netherlands, and 2018 was Israel. Number 2, name the 4 films in which Al Pacino and Robert De Niro have appeared together: The Godfather Part 2, Heat, Righteous Kill, and The Irishman. Number 3, who are the 3 male suspects in a game of Clue or Cluedo? It's Colonel Mustard, Reverend Green, and Professor Plum. Number 4, which husband and wife duo appeared together in the film A Quiet Place? Emily Blunt and John Krasinski. And number 5, false or true, the 2017 Great Scottish Half Marathon course was 150 metres too short. That is true. It led to a few complaints because obviously people thought they'd got their personal best, but had actually just not run quite as far as they should have. So yeah, a bit of controversy there, but I'm sure it's been fixed now. What they need is one of those click wheels. Do you remember those off of school when you had to measure the playground with a meter wheel thing that clicks as you walked along? I'd love to have a go on one of those again. Although I'm sure in this day and age they probably use mapping technology and GPS, don't they? Anyway, let's stop waffling and let's move on to the final fling. On to the final round then. 15 questions, more trivia, more mixed bag. Let's do it. Number 1. St. Peter Port is the capital of which European island? Number 1. St. Peter Port is the capital of which European island? Number 2. In Game of Thrones, which character's marriage to Rosalind Frey is the event that became the infamous Red Wedding? Question number 2. In Game of Thrones, which character's marriage to Rosalind Frey is the event that became the infamous Red Wedding? Question number 3. The Solheim Cup is contested by women in which sport? Number 3. The Solheim Cup is contested by women in which sport? Number 4. Who was the Greek god of dreams? Question number 4. Who was the Greek god of dreams? Number 5. In British law, what does KC stand for? Question 5. In British law, what does KC stand for? Question number 6. X-type, open end, two-way, and closed end are all types of what used in the fashion industry? Number 6. X-type, open end, two-way, and closed end are all types of what used in the fashion industry? Number 7. Who was America's first First Lady? Question 7. Who was America's first First Lady? Number 8. In which year was the cell phone game Angry Birds originally released? Number 8. In which year was the cell phone game Angry Birds originally released? I used to be addicted to that game. Absolutely loved it. I've had a few phone problems over the last 6 months or so. Finally got a newer phone, and do you know what? I found myself downloading Angry Birds 2. Haven't played any type of Angry Birds in years. I'm addicted again. Love it. Number 9. Which DC television series follows billionaire Oliver Queen fighting crime in Starling City? So number 9. Which DC TV series follows billionaire Oliver Queen fighting crime in Starling City? Number 10. Excluding the UK, Sussex, Middlesex and Cornwall are 3 counties on which island? So question number 10, excluding the UK, Sussex, Middlesex and Cornwall are 3 counties on which island? Number 11, the pyramids of Giza were mainly constructed from what stone? Number 11, the pyramids of Giza were mainly constructed from what stone? Number 12, the Soldier's Song is the national anthem of which European country? Number 12, the Soldier's Song is a national anthem of which European country? Question number 13, who plays Rick Deckard in the classic movie Blade Runner? Number 13, who plays Rick Deckard in the classic movie Blade Runner? Amazing film. Number 14, which is the only US state that has royal palaces? Number 14, which is the only US state that has royal palaces? And number 15, which London Underground line is older? Is it Bakerloo or Central? Number 15, which London Underground line is older, Bakerloo or Central? That's it, the final 15 questions of this week's Takeaway Trivia. A moment's pause. And now it's time for the answers. Here you go then, the answers to this week's final fling. Number 1, St. Peter Port is the capital of which European island? Guernsey. Number 2, in Game of Thrones, which character's marriage to Rosalind Frey is the event that becomes the infamous Red Wedding? Edmure Tully. Number 3, the Solheim Cup is contested by women in which sport? Golf. Number 4, who was the Greek god of dreams? Morpheus. I guess that's where the name from the character of the Matrix comes from. Number 5, in British law, what does KC stand for? Well, until last year it was QC, it is King's Counsel, and it was previously Queen's Counsel. Number 6, X-type, open end, two-way, and closed end are all types of what used in the fashion industry? Quite simply, zips. Number 7, who was America's first First Lady? Martha Washington. Is that why Batman and Superman's mums are both called Martha? Is it a reference to that? I don't know. And number 8, in which year was the cell phone game Angry Birds originally released? 2009. God, 2009, really? I'm that old. Then it was Candy Crush, wasn't it? Then it was Pokemon Go. What's the cool game these days? I don't know. Number 9, which DC TV series follows billionaire Oliver Queen fighting crime in Starling City? Arrow. Number 10, excluding the UK, Sussex, Middlesex and Cornwall are the 3 counties on which island? Jamaica. Number 11, the pyramids of Giza were mainly constructed from what stone? Limestone. Number 12, the Soldier's Song is the national anthem of which European country? Ireland. Number 13, who plays Rick Deckard in the classic film Blade Runner? Harrison Ford. Number 14, which is the only US state that has royal palaces? Hawaii. And number 15, which London Underground line is older, Bakerloo or Central? It is Central. There you go, total your points up. That is takeaway trivia for another week. Blimey, it goes far too quickly, doesn't it? Anyway, hope you've enjoyed the quiz. Don't forget to like, follow and subscribe wherever you listen to this podcast so it gets delivered straight to you on the day of release. And also don't forget, we're now on YouTube. You can check out our videos at youtube.com/@takeawaytrivia. I'll leave you with one final tat fact. Did you know that Facebook designers originally planned to call the like button the awesome button? Quite glad they didn't, really. Have a fantastic week, have a safe week, and we'll quiz again soon. Take care. Hope you enjoyed playing this week's Takeaway Trivia. Don't forget, we're now available wherever you get your podcasts. So please subscribe, rate and review to help this podcast grow. Also, if there's anything you'd like to be tested on, any subjects you'd like to hear in the quiz, please get in touch. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/takeawaytrivia or on Twitter at BarWars. Speak to you soon. The intro music is There It Is by Kevin MacLeod, available from incomputech.filmmusic.io, licensed by creativecommons.org.